It's August 1st, 2020. It is great to be back. I want to thank everybody out there who's been praying for me, everybody that wished me well. Most of you know I had an eye surgery last week, and in doing so, had to stay in bed for 7 days. The surgery took only 8 minutes, but I had to stay in bed on my side for 7 days. No pain. I have to wear glasses because my right eye is very sensitive to the light, and it's going to take about 5 weeks to heal. So I'll probably be in sunglasses on most of my shows just to be upfront with you. But the surgery, 8 minutes, easy, no pain, piece of cake, phenomenal surgeon. Had to take care of a tear. But the worst of it was laying in bed for 7 days, not being able to make videos, not being able to communicate with everybody. I must have received 1,000 messages from you. So thank you so much. Love all you guys. Thanks for the support, the prayers. God's hand, no doubt, over that surgeon. Did a phenomenal job, and should be back to tip-top condition in about 5 to 6 weeks. So again, thank you. So for everybody out there who thought I was abducted or disappeared or was only charging people to watch me on Patreon, not to fear. I'm back here, going to be punching out videos, as many as I can once again. And thank you so much for all your support. Again, I could not do this without you. Also, I'll be trying to do a couple Patreon videos this coming week also. So try to get over to my Patreon. It's $3. Helps me out so much, helps this channel out, and gives me another platform with a little bit more freedom to discuss issues. But I want to get right into this video today. Let's get right back into it. So much to catch up to. I'm laying in bed for 7 days, okay, on my side. I felt like a caged animal. I'm listening to the TV. I wasn't even watching it. I'm hunched over on my right side, doctor's orders, and I'm listening to what's going on with gold, what's going on with silver, all this stuff that's going on. I just had, I just wanted to talk about this, and wow, we are not in Kansas anymore. That is for sure. But one thing I want to bring up while I was laying in bed, getting food. I was getting food just locally brought to me, and when people tell me that there's no inflation, let me just go over this. This isn't a great diet, but when you're not burning calories, you're just laying in bed, you're not super hungry, and you're not going anywhere. You just eat to take care of your appetite. I got a small pizza and a pasta salad. That was $26, okay, from a local pizza parlor. I got a sandwich from a local deli right down the street, a corned beef sandwich and a coleslaw about that big, $17.70. I got some Popeye's chicken. I got a 3-piece with coleslaw and mashed potatoes. That was $14. And I'm laying there going, I cannot believe, because typically, I'll make my own dinner, and I could not do that because of my surgery. And so you start paying attention to these food prices, and you think, like, that's just for one person. What if it's a family of 4, a family of 6? How are people doing this? It's absolutely insane. And of course, you're getting less food, less quality food, and you're paying so much. So we have so many people losing their jobs. We're seeing now the stimulus or the benefit cut that's coming. I'm hearing it's going to go from 600 to 200 for the bonuses, and so that's going to be a big cut for a lot of people. And the question is, will the U.S. consumer be able to bail out the economy this time? And I believe the answer is absolutely 100% no. A couple articles today. These are all over the internet. They're on CNN. They're on Bloomberg. They're on The Hedge. All over. But this one really stuck out. Nearly 30 million Americans told the Consensus Bureau they didn't have enough food to eat last week. And what is going to happen now with the $600 bonuses that are going to be about to be slashed? The rent moratorium has ended. If these things are not extended, there's going to be a lot more people starving in America. And there are no more $600 bonuses, that's for sure. But what we do have is more jobless, more unemployed. MSN, or CNBC, excuse me. CNBC, U.S. weekly jobless claims rise for a second straight week, total 1.434 million. Here are more people right here, almost 1.5 million people who are going to need food. These are going to be people who are going to need help. And now that we're going to see record numbers of evictions, renters, we're going to see record numbers of defaults in mortgages. We're going to see record defaults in commercial real estate. We are heading to a gigantic disaster here in America, ladies and gentlemen, and it is really going to get ugly. CNN, California Pizza Kitchen files for bankruptcy. This is a 35-year-old pizza chain, ladies and gentlemen, filed for Chapter 11 on Thursday. While I was out today, went to the local mall in Palm Desert, Westfield Mall, completely closed. The only stores open is JCPenney's, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Macy's. That's it. Everything is closed. And I'm thinking to myself, what are all those little mom and pop shops in the mall going to do? They're done. Drove around the area today, more for sale, more for lease signs. I was down on El Paseo, one of the most upper scale luxury retail shopping areas in Southern California. It's the Rodeo Drive of the desert here. Ghost town. More vacant storefronts. It is really, it's looking like something out of a Mad Max movie. It's unbelievable. Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Starbucks to close hundreds of U.S. restaurants. That's coming. And when we look at Dunkin' Donuts, they're going to be closing up to 1,150 Dunkin' Donuts globally, 800 right here in the U.S. These will be smaller ones, ones that aren't doing that well. They're going to be shutting down, but 800 Dunkin' Donuts to be closing this year. 800 here, 350 internationally. You know, I think we can get a pretty good barometer of what's happening in this economy just by looking at what's happening in Vegas. Vegas is going bust. Layoffs, furloughs, casinos going up for sale. Las Vegas, this is on the hedge. Las Vegas economic analyst Jeremy Arguero said recovery could take 18 to 36 months to revert to 2019 growth. He said the Great Recession left 96,000 people out of a job within 2.5 years. That's going back to the Great Recession of 2008. This time, 280,000 people have lost their jobs in less than 2 months. I mean, this is, if this does not look and smell like a depression to you, I don't know what to tell you. Here's another one. This is on Bloomberg. 1/3 of U.S. restaurants face permanent closure this year. And I'm seeing stories about restaurants now, all these restaurants selling kitchen appliances and supplies and things like that. But 1/3 of U.S. restaurants face permanent closure this year. 231,000 of this nation's 660,000 eateries will likely shut down this year, according to restaurant consulting Aaron Allen and Associates. This is really, really sad to see. But again, going back to when I was out today, driving around, seeing the major resorts like the JW Marriott, the Hyatts, the Hiltons, completely shut down. Going down to the luxury shopping area, ghost town, literally tumbleweeds blowing across the road, nobody out, nobody spending money. Across the street, the Westfield Mall completely shut down. Was at the car wash today, good sized car wash. There were 3 cars there total, with 2 people washing and drying cars. That's it. This is a pretty large car dealing, car wash facility. So it's insane absolutely bananas what we are witnessing take place. Businesses shut down, resorts shut down, retailers shut down, restaurants shut down. People's lives are just being shut down. This is out of a sci-fi movie. It's absolutely incredible what we're seeing take place. But the doctor yesterday said I was good to go, get out, start doing my thing. And I got to tell you, I feel like jelly laying in bed for 7 days. I just feel just like jelly. So it's just good to be up. But I had to get out today. Just see what was going on, get a little bit of air, take a walk, and I'm just appalled at what I'm watching take place in my area, and I'm even more appalled by reading some of these reports of what's happening to industries, what's happening to this economy, what's happening to people's lives, and people now going homeless, losing homes, being evicted, no jobs, not having enough food. This is going to be much worse than the 1929 Depression. I can guarantee you that. I'm seeing more billboards. This is another article on the Hedge. Billboard vacancies. I'm seeing billboards out in my area. We have a lot of billboards down Interstate 10 and just in my area, but they are blank, nothing. People are not advertising, and it's very obvious. You used to never see a blank billboard out here. Now I'm recognizing multiple billboards with no advertisement on them. So that's a very interesting thing going on right there. Washington Post, small business owners are leaning on credit cards to survive. Okay, this is where we're at. We knew back in 2019, 25% of the U.S. population was using credit cards just to make rent payments, pay for groceries, to pay for essentials. Now we have business owners reliant on credit cards just to stay alive one more day, one more week. And this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is going down the toilet bowl very, very quickly. And it is going, the consequences we are going to see from all the stimulus, from all this money printing, not paying down debt. Look, what we need to be doing is we need to be creating jobs, not just relying on the old jobs to come back. We need to be creating jobs. We need to see people going back to work. We need to start paying down debt. In fact, we're just doing the opposite. We are hemorrhaging jobs in the United States of America, and the government believes that they can just give you unemployment benefits and a couple $100 bonus, and this whole thing is going to limp along. People are not going to be spending money at malls or retailers if they only have $400 a week to live on. You know, if you live in Oklahoma, you're getting $100 in unemployment. Now you'll get $200 in a bonus. That's $300 a week, $1,200 a month. How does anybody survive on that? You know, in states out here in California, if you're getting the max, maybe it's $400, $450 plus the $200, that's $600 a week. I mean, man, you know, you got a $400 or $500 car payment, you got a couple kids, you got to eat, you got rent. I don't know how people are going to do this. Everything, you know, again, people keep telling us there's no inflation. A 3-piece at Popeyes, coleslaw, mashed potatoes, $14. And the chicken wing, I thought, came from a pigeon. Okay, that everything is shrinking. You're getting less quality, and you're paying more. Your dollar is not stretching. This is why we're going to see $2,000 gold this week. I believe we're going to see gold over $2,000 already. It is over 2,000. I know, because I ordered 2 more ounces yesterday, and it cost me over $4,200 for 2 ounces of gold. So I made another purchase yesterday from SD Bullion, link down below. I don't care where you buy it from. I don't own a gold mine. I don't own SD Bullion. Go to your pawn shop, go to your metal dealer, go wherever you go. But I think right now, the only thing, if you're looking financially to buy something, the only thing that makes sense right now are the 2 most undervalued assets on planet Earth. That's gold and silver. I ordered 2 more ounces from SD Bullion. I received another ounce in the past week from them. And if things keep looking bad, I'm going to have to probably continue to keep buying more, because I'm very concerned about what is going to happen to the US dollar. I believe it's going to come under immense pressure. I believe we're seeing inflation already beginning to creep up. And my big concern is we start seeing stagflation in America. And hyperinflation. And if you're sitting on a lot of dollars, they're going to be worthless. And I believe you got to have some cash. I believe you can't just have everything in metals. You got to have some cash. Maybe you have some cryptos. You have some metals. Maybe you have some land, obviously food, water, security, and all those other type of assets. That's something that you really have to decide for your personal life. But for me, it's cash, it's gold, it's silver, it's security, food, water, and all the above, trauma kit, medicine, things like that. But I certainly don't want to just be strictly sitting in cash, because I think next year this time the dollar is going to be buying you a lot less than it is right now. Going back to these business owners who are relying on credit cards to keep the lights on, this is really interesting. So card issuers are powering credit lines to avoid potential losses from cash-strapped Americans. This started back in May. This is on The Hedge. The largest group affected were millennials from the age 24 to 39 in age who make at least $75,000. Their credit lines have been cut. So when you look at how many people are reliant on their credit cards to make rent, to go to the grocery store, to go out and get some food, to pay essential bills, then you look at business owners now who are dependent on those credit cards to stay in business. As the $1.1 trillion of credit card debt continues to climb, people now, those banks who everybody thinks is going to come to their rescue, the knight in shining armor, the banks that are going to save us, are cutting your credit limits at the worst possible time. People are using credit cards as a lifeline right now because that's all that they have left, because they've gone through their savings, if they had a savings, and now they're down to the credit cards, and now the banks go, you're a risk. We're going to cut your credit limit in half. That's going to be a big problem for business owners and for millions of people in America. 1/4 of all household income in America comes from the U.S. government. And that is really concerning, especially knowing that the U.S. government is bankrupt. And as we head deeper into this depression, more people are going to be dependent on this bankrupt government. This government, which has now put interest rates at zero, a government that is printing money hand over fist, absolutely diluting your purchasing power, forcing hyperinflation coming to America by all this money printing, by all this debt creation, a government that cannot stop spending, a government that cannot stop manipulating, a government that is buying into the stock market, a government now that is handing out stimulus checks like candy, a government that handed out $600 bonuses, a government who's trying to bail out small businesses, bailing out big businesses, bailing out corporations, bailing out airlines, bailing out, I'm sure, other foreign entities. How long do you think that this can possibly go on? The people out there that used to laugh about this stuff, I want you to really critically think for 1 minute where we're at right now. We are in a frozen economy. The U.S. economy is frozen. We are witnessing a global frozen economy throughout the world. 40 million people jobless in America, 30 million people, not enough food, a retail apocalypse, auto industry in a depression, trucking industry in depression, and the government goes deeper and deeper into debt. The debt's deficits continue to skyrocket. We create more debt. We're creating more debt slaves as people become more reliant on the government to fix this. The entity that created all this is not going to fix this. Yet people believe that the government can fix this. Not going to happen. These are the same people who are dependent on the government to save them. Not going to happen. Look, I feel sorry for what is coming for millions of people. It's going to be a complete and utter nightmare. But I've been warning people for a few years now. And look, I don't have all the answers. I don't know what's going to come tomorrow or next week or next month. But I have enough common sense to know that the more you create debt out of thin air, the more you print a fiat currency out of thin air, the more you turn your country into a welfare state, the more you ship jobs over to Asia, the more that you continue this reckless and irresponsible behavior, the more I need to be preparing for what's coming. The more problems and the more danger I see coming to America. And this is why I had to go buy more gold this week, because there is no doubt this is all bullish for gold. It's bullish for silver. It's not good for the dollar. It's not good for your job. It's not good for your future. It's not going to be good for the housing market. Look, they can tell you prices are going up in housing. They can tell you how great everything is. They can tell you the job market's great, the auto industry, everything's great. Nothing to see here, nothing to worry about. If you continue to believe what they are telling you, you're going to get what you deserve. These industries are in big trouble. Housing is going to be the next one, because just use common sense here. When you have 40 million people out of work, when you're not paying down debt, when you're just printing money out of thin air, what do you think is going to happen to the real estate market here in America? When you look at half the jobs, half the working people right now in America, back in 2019, were making less than $32,000 a year. How does that even support a healthy housing market? Now we got 40 million people unemployed. We're going to see millions whose credit is going to be decimated. And we're going to continue to lose millions of more jobs. Next Thursday, the next jobless claims will come out. They will be over 1 million. I think we're now 19 weeks or 20 weeks in a row of losing 1 million plus jobs per week for nearly 20 weeks now. You really think that's healthy for a housing market? Commercial real estate is being decimated right now. That is going to transition right over to housing, because where are all those people going to work? All those retailers, all those stores, all those restaurants closing down. Do you think those people are going to go buy a house tomorrow? You think they're going to buy a house next month? And just as they're cutting credit card limits, they're going to get much, much, much more strict when you want to take out a home loan. You're going to see that they're going to want 20% down. They're going to want a 750 FICO score. They're going to want something, okay? The days of easy money and easy credit, it's all going to come to an end. And it's going to get much harder to qualify for things, because the banks know what's coming. That's why they're cutting the credit card limits now. That's why many of them are already bringing in more restrictions on mortgages, on loans, because they see the risk that is coming. So look, I'm going to leave it there right now. Let me thank all of you again for praying for me, for reaching out to me. I had over 1,000 people message me over the past week, and I just, I can't get back to everybody, so I want to do it right here. Thank you so much. I love all of you. And a reminder, come over to Patreon. It's like $3. I'm going to be doing 2 videos a week. I apologize that I couldn't do anything last week. Drove me nuts to just be laying around, not doing anything productive. I couldn't work, couldn't make videos. So it was a real wash. But I thank God that I'm here. Thank God that I'm good. And it's a reminder for all of us to get on our hands and knees and thank God for what He has blessed us with. And health is so important. Having a roof over our head, eating a meal is so important. Having family and friends is so vital and so important. So I want to thank everybody again. Please like this video, share it with everybody you know, share it all over social media, subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell notification down below if you are subscribed, so that you are notified with the newest video. God bless every one of you. It's good to be back. I will see you very, very soon.